Welcome to the jungle. I'm your host, Andy Garza, President and CEO of Big Gorilla Sales and Marketing Training. Here in the Jungle podcast for all the hungry entrepreneurs, you'll hear firsthand experiences from business owners of how they overcame challenges on their road to success. Every week, we'll have a different business owner from every walk of life. If you want to learn more about guerrilla marketing, visit biggorillamarketing.com. You can also connect with me on Facebook at Big Gorilla Marketing. Welcome to the Jungle for Hungry Entrepreneurs. This is Andy Garza, your host. And with us today, we have Chad Mastagh from Rides to You. Chad, welcome to the Jungle.
Thanks for having me.
Not a problem here. I'm excited about this one. First of all, tell us what you do. Tell us about your business.
So Rides to You is a reservation-based rideshare here. Started at South Bend, Indiana. Currently expanded to Purdue University, Indiana University, and continue to grow. As a driver, I was tired of the way I was treated in rideshare, and as a passenger and a parent of kids in college and personal use of rideshare, I didn't like the way I felt as a passenger sometimes as well. So I took those two feelings and created a company that does right by both the driver and the passenger. And so it's reservation based, like I said, where you get guaranteed reservation. It's kind of between a black car service and a traditional rideshare.
Nice. Yeah, I love that whole premise because a lot of my family actually drives, and a personal friend of ours. So between in my family, I think we have three that has been driving for different, Uber and Lyft. I think one of them. And then actually I heard about you through my friend who was a driver for you. And so I thought, wow, this is a unique idea. That's kind of why I reached out to you to see what the story is,
Right.
And I love the story. And you just explained kind of what my first question is that, that light bulb time that went off in your head that says, okay, I can do something about these situations that you're not comfortable with other driving companies. Tell how that light bulb moment came for you.
Well, I mean, it started with being a driver, and you can read about this all over. I mean, it's up in Minneapolis, all over the place right now too. Driver discontent is at an all-time high with traditional rideshare, and driver turnover as well. So as a driver, I felt those pains. I'm doing all the work, I'm getting just a fraction of the pay. When I had an issue, I would call. There's terrible customer support. So those things, as a driver, you don't feel valued. You just feel used. So I felt that first. And then again, as having two daughters that were in college and a son that was younger at the time, being out and about and seeing some of the condition of these cars, some of the people that were driving, it just made me feel a personal experience of riding in traditional rideshare companies. I felt, hey, this car is kind of disgusting. This driver may not be safe. What am I in here? And trying to do what other, the traditional rideshare companies won't do right now, which is kind of come together and meet in the middle, right? You got to have your drivers need to be happy. By having happy drivers gives you a great customer experience. So doing the things that they won't do and bringing those together to create Rides to You. So that started as a driver and again, as a passenger of traditional rideshare, I didn't like certain things. So I thought, why can't we bring these together and do it the right way?
Oh, yeah. At what moment did you think that you could actually, start this? And once you started at that, it could grow into something big. Did you always kind of dream that it would, from the beginning, that you wanted to kind of expand it to other campuses, or did it kind of evolve into that?
I just didn't really have any idea I'd ever be in this type of situation to be a CEO of a company and a founder of a company. I, was just trying to find a better solution for myself and other drivers I knew in the community that were experiencing the same pains as a driver. So the goal when I started figuring out, hey, how can we do this better? Is there really a chance to build an app and get, the rideshare insurance and bring everything together? Back in 2021 when we started this process. I didn't know. I just wanted to help myself and the friends around me and give a better opportunity to put it. I always tell drivers nowadays, it's just another tool in your belt, right? We're never going to replace traditional rideshare. It's just another option. And so we started as that, hey, how can we give us a better option to make more money, feel better about ourselves, give a better customer experience? And that led to one thing to another, where here at Notre Dame, where we started, it's really taken momentum. And just by mutual friends and different Facebook groups of drivers and friends and I know personally, I heard about Purdue, and there was the same issues there. Parents asking for the same thing, drivers asking for the same thing, and the same thing at IU. We've heard about it, from 20 or 30 different schools right now that want us to come there. So just getting things lined up so we can expand.
Wow. I mean, I think, I always hear the term critical mass, at time where you work and you work and everything never happens as fast as you want it to happen. But when you have kind of these opportunities coming, like you said, other campuses contacting you and saying, hey, it would be great to have it here. And all of a sudden, you got, 50, 100, 200 campuses around that want that service. And obviously, it's a matter of taking what you need to grow that. It doesn't happen overnight. It never happens quick enough. But one of the things that I always like about growing businesses is the vision supported by the research that you've done on where you can be, certain criteria that you might have to what campuses you can be. Obviously, there's thousands of campuses, but not all of them, fit the demographic or the criteria that you need. What kind of is there a formula that you use or to determine where the possibilities could be? Now for a quick break to thank our sponsors: Awaken Marketing, Awaken New Possibilities, Grinder Law Group, Small Business Showcase Magazine, celebrating the small business spirit, M&D Advertising, Creations Beyond Expectations, and Big Gorilla Sales and Marketing Training, bringing out your inner gorilla. Is there a formula that you use or to determine where the possibilities could be?
Yeah, so we've, spent some time on this early on, like trying to identify the best places. We obviously know we're not gonna go to big cities, Chicago, New York, LA, big cities where ride shares and taxis are, everywhere. It's easy to get one. What we've identified is in these smaller college town, rural areas, rural communities where ride share is not as big. It's already tough to get a ride. And then let's say you bring in, here at Notre Dame, 7,000 kids, or Purdue, 40,000 kids. It really taxes the traditional ride share system. So getting in those rides, especially during peak periods of, football or events or breaks and just guaranteed rides in general, is tough to do. So what we've identified is we target these schools that are 50 to 200 miles from a major U.S. airport, these towns. We've identified over 800 of them just across the United States. So we're not going after everybody, but we have a great target set, and that's who we're going to go after.
So in that model, you're basically honing in on one aspect, making a ride not only available, but safe and comfortable for whoever's using your services. I know these other companies, I think Uber started out that way, but then they got into Uber Eats, delivering food and stuff like that to everywhere. Is that in your plans at all, or is that you just want to focus on what you're going to be good at?
And we're just focused on what we're good at right now. And, it's just doing one thing, doing it right, and doing it over and over again. Giving people guaranteed rides. It's no other reservation service or no other rideshare service is doing that. You can make a reservation, but it's not guaranteed. You don't know anybody's coming until they hit there on the way. And they have a bunch of loopholes for drivers on the backside to follow to get that reservation. But why, as a passenger, why can't I just put a reservation in 3 months or 2 weeks or one day in advance and know it's guaranteed? I know who my driver is. I know they're going to show up. I can request that driver. There's no fees to the driver to be on our platform. We're doing things that other people won't do and having a different type of model for that. And it's what the drivers want. It's what the passenger wants.
Nice. There's nothing actually better for a company to hone in on one thing and then do it right, in every way it can be done, rather than try to get a piece of everybody's pie, food delivery and grocery delivery and all that kind of stuff. So you hone in on one thing and do it well and do it right. That's a great model for me. I love businesses who have that model. They just want to be good at one thing and be the alternative that is not out there.
Mm-hmm.
That's always a winning formula for me. What's next? What's next on the horizon? The immediate and 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, so I mean, right now, like I said, we're still working on growing Purdue. I mean, we're just still early stages at Purdue and IU. So to continue to get those two campuses up and running strong for the fall, gets the company into profitability, which puts us in a good position to move forward. And we've got these other opportunities here with campuses. We've got other services that have reached out to us to set up like a franchise opportunity where we can bring our technology and our insurance and those things that they're lacking and get them to them and give them the opportunity to get paid and paid fairly and to use their brand to reward them as well that they've already established to bring Rides to You in there and bring our brand and our technology and insurance along. So like I said, we just want to get Purdue up to running, IU up and running here by fall. Obviously fall in these college towns is a boom town with football and all the things that happen in these colleges in the fall. And that's when things really move fast. So get those up and running, get the profitability, and continue to expand.
Nice. One thing I was wondering, on the technical side of it, obviously this is some type of software or app that you had to develop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that all
Yes.
proprietary stuff?
Yeah, it's all stuff that we've developed from scratch. As a user of everybody uses apps all the time anymore, pretty much, and you learn what you like and what you don't like. As a driver, I know what I didn't like on certain platforms, and as a user, I know what I didn't like. And we created this whole reservation-based system, which nobody else has. You can go on a traditional rideshare app and create a reservation, but it's not, we're offering shared rides, private rides, and we're showing all these things on the app. So it's almost like when you look on a shared ride for a certain town, it's almost like a virtual ride board. When you log into the app, all these rides are visible and able to be joined at a fraction of the cost of traditional rideshare. So all that stuff was, unique to us, and it takes a long time. Especially, I've learned a lot about app development. You want it to go fast, and it goes slow, and it's expensive.
Yeah. Well, good. Now, I always like to ask this question. Any words of wisdom to somebody who would like to follow in your footsteps?
I mean, it's just you never know where you're going to end up. I mean, like I said, I never thought I'd be in this spot today, but you got to be passionate about it. I tell this to people all the time. You got to find something you're passionate about. If you're just doing it to make a dollar or to get ahead, if it doesn't, there's so many ups and downs. Like I always say, 1 minute you feel like Rocky Balboa at the top of the steps, like victorious, and the next minute you feel like like Nemo in the ocean with two bad fins, drowning. So if you're not passionate about it, you won't survive. So it's got to be something that's important to you and it means something to you and to drive you.
Oh, that's very good advice. Very good advice. And the bottom line question is, how does if somebody needs your services, how do they get a hold of you and
Yeah, so on the internet, it's rides to you, RIDES, number 2 letter U.com. There's a link at the top of the page for Apple or Android device to download the mobile app as well. And there's customer service phone number to reach out to us anytime as well.
Nice. Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate your time, and I think it's an exciting time for you. And I wish you all the best. And I'm glad you're around here, because my family uses you also. I found out, I didn't realize it until I started here until I first met you and started hearing the Rides to You. But then, oh yeah, we drive for them. What? I didn't know that. And so I wish you all the luck in the world. It's great talking to you. And hopefully everything goes as smooth as you possibly can for you.
And I appreciate you having me on today.
Oh, you're welcome. So, well, that's all we got for today. And that's Chad Mastagh signing off for you. So thank you, Chad.
All right, thanks again.
If you want to learn more about guerrilla marketing, Visit biggorillamarketing.com. You can also connect with me on Facebook at Big Gorilla Marketing. To thank our sponsors, Awaken Marketing, Awaken New Possibilities, Griner Law Group, Small Business Showcase Magazine, celebrating the small business spirit, M&D Advertising, Creations Beyond Expectations, and Big Gorilla Sales and Marketing Training, bringing out your inner gorilla.